Guys, what's up? Good evening. How are you doing today? Let me make sure that we are actually live. Let me see. And are we live? Yes, we are. There you go. What's up, guys? How was your trading day today? We had a green day across the board. This is going to be a very important week. That's the That's the main thing that you need to keep in mind because on Wednesday we are going to have the Federal Open Market Committee. So it looks like the markets are kind of front running the Federal Open Market Committee. We had a green day across the board today when it comes to the major indices. Russell 2000 goes up 0.81%. NASDAQ goes up 0.76%. Dow Jones goes up 0.64%, and the S&P 500 went up 0.69%. Crude oil went up along with precious metals. So crude oil went up. The West Texas Intermediate went up 0.49%. Gold went up 0.07%. It pretty much broke even. Silver goes up 0.82%. We can make the case that the Dixie, the US dollar, went down today, and that was some sort of relief, represented some sort of relief for both commodities and precious metals. The 10-year Treasury yield, guys, I have been telling you guys about the 10-year Treasury yield TNX. It went up today 1.22%, and I need to emphasize this information as much as I can, guys. So this is a weekly chart of the 10-year Treasury yield, and take a look at what happened today, guys. TNX, or the index that tracks the 10-year Treasury yield, got to a level today that we haven't seen since 2011. I have told you guys on multiple occasions that the 10-year Treasury yield, or TNX, is inversely correlated to growth stocks, higher multiple stocks, and tech stocks. So the 10-year Treasury yield is some sort of inflation indicator. So whenever this index, or whenever this yield goes up a lot, and mostly when it trades above 3%, this is very bad news for, as I just told you, growth-oriented stocks, higher multiple stocks, and tech stocks. So the bulls of TNX, or TNX, fell today right at 3.5%. Watch out for this indicator in the upcoming trading sessions, and most importantly on Wednesday when we have the Federal Open Market Committee, because if TNX happens to take out 3.50%, and if this index happens to fill the next important gap up to 4%, which is a previous resistance back from 2009 and 2010, this is going to be extremely negative for the markets as a whole. You guys know that the most heavy sector, the most important sector in the markets, is the tech sector. So if TNX were to fill this gap up to 4%, we are very likely to see the indices going lower, and I would say way lower. So this is something that you need to keep in mind. The VIX went down today 2.05%, and it closed the trading session at 25.76. If we take a look at the sectors of the markets, we had a mixed day out there. So a very expensive sector. This is some sort of question mark that we have on the table as of now, in a day, guys, in which the 10-year Treasury yield, or TNX, got to its highest level since 2010, 2011. So on that day, or today, we had the most expensive sector of the market in multiple terms, being the one that led the rally today. So someone is obviously lying over here. So consumer discretionary was the best performing sector today. It went up 1.20%, basically because Amazon and Tesla, both stocks, had a very good day. The silver metal goes for materials, goes up 1.10%, and the industrial sector gets the bronze medal, right? Yeah, the third place goes up 0.87%. The worst performing sector today was real estate. Keep in mind, guys, that the real estate sector is also inversely correlated to the 10-year Treasury yield or to TNX. So whenever you guys see the 10-year Treasury yield or TNX going higher, then maybe that might be a sign in order to short stocks from the real estate sector. So we had some sort of mixed day today in the markets. When it comes to the most important sectors, the financial sector was able to pull off a green day, goes up 0.60%, and the technology sector, the tech sector, went up 0.57%, and another very important sector of the markets, healthcare, went down 0.93%. If we take a look at the advancers and decliners distribution, we had some sort of balanced day today with 3,482 stocks going higher and 3,404 stocks going lower. So you guys know that we have the Federal Open Market Committee on Wednesday. So keep in mind at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Fed is going to announce its decision about the interest rate, about the Fed fund rates. And I wanted to share with you guys this screenshot. So these are the estimates that come from the main banks of the US. So we only have one single bank, RBC. I don't know this bank, but these guys are saying, I guess that they are crazy. These guys are saying that the Fed is going to rate hikes at 0.50% on Wednesday. And when it comes to 0.75%, take a look at the banks, guys. Wells Fargo, UBS, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank, Credit Suisse, Bank of America, Citi, Bloomberg, Barclays, BMO. So all of these banks are pretty much assuming that the interest rate hike that is going to be announced on Wednesday is going to be at 0.75% or 75 basis point. 75 basis point. So if that were the case, if the Fed actually hikes rates or announces a rate hike of 0.75%, we can make the case that this scenario was already priced in. But mind you, take a look at Nomura or Nomura. I don't know how to pronounce the name of this bank correctly. These guys are estimating a rate hike of 1%. So how can we confirm what are the markets thinking about when it comes to the Federal Open Market Committee that is taking place, as I just told you guys, 2 p.m. or the Federal Open Market Committee actually kicks off tomorrow. It is going to be a 2-day meeting, but the Fed decision about the Fed fund rates is going to be announced on Wednesday at 2 p.m. And then at 2:30 p.m., we are going to see Jerome Powell giving a press conference that is going to probably give rise to a lot of volatility in the markets. So if we take a look at the Fed futures, take a look. So we have a likelihood of 82% for a 75 basis point hike to be announced on Wednesday. This is very important, guys. And the markets are discounting or are thinking in terms of a likelihood of 18% for the Fed to hike at or to increase the Fed fund rates at a 1%. So if the Fed, and I saw this before, guys, in 2018, the Fed, did something unexpected, hiking rates when no one was expecting a rate hike. If the Fed happens to announce a 1% hike, this hasn't been priced in. So we can expect the markets to take a huge hit if this were the case. But the markets are thinking about a 75 basis point hike. And we can confirm that taking a look at the futures, at the Fed futures, and we can also take a look at the estimates of the banks out there. So, yeah, we can say that this is going to be, this is the most likely scenario for Wednesday. I am thinking, guys, that since inflation seems to be getting out of control, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I wouldn't be surprised if I see a 1% hike on Wednesday. We will see what ends up happening that day. And I ask you, what do you think? Are we going to see a 1% hike, a 0.75% hike? What do you guys think is the most likely scenario on Wednesday? Are you guys going to take a gamble via put options or call options on Wednesday? What's your plan when it comes to the Federal Open Market Committee? Let me take a look here at the S&P 500, and please drop me a comment down below, guys, in order to let me know what stocks do you want me to go over. So the S&P 500 closed today's trading session right at 3,900, guys. And I'm thinking, could be mistaken, obviously, that maybe the markets are going to try to front run or are actually trying to front run the Federal Open Market Committee. So we can still see another green day tomorrow, maybe up to the 5-day moving average. This is going to be a very critical spot for the S&P 500, 3,950 points. The 5-day moving average, which, by the way, is declining, which is a very bad sign in technical terms for the bulls, coincides with a previous resistance back from June 27th. So this might be a spot if if this spot happens to be visited tomorrow. If this spot happens to be tested by the bulls, this would be an area in which I would be interested in buying puts. So, Ida Blake, what's up, bro? What's up, my bro? How are you? Ada, buying puts. So you guys are buying puts. Okay, Tyreeka tells me to go over Apple. Apple went up a lot today, guys, almost 2.50%. The SPYN is telling me to go over Google and NVDA. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and go over those stocks. So Apple was able to pull off a green day today, guys. Let me see what happened over here. It went up 2.51% and it closed the trading session at $154.48. Very good sign for the bulls. The fact that they were able to reconquer the 100-day moving average near 152 bucks, and they closed at 154 bucks. So we are about to see a big test over here, guys, near the or at the 5-day moving average, $155.14. This is a big area, sorry guys, for Apple. If the bulls of Apple happen to fail at this 5-day moving average, which might be the case, this is a very likely scenario because the 5-day moving average is declining as of now, and on top of that is coinciding with the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart, and 155 bucks is also a previous support back from late January. So this might be a spot in which we can either buy puts if we can confirm from a technical standpoint that the bulls are failing near 155 bucks, or on the flip side, if the bulls happen to be able to take out 155 bucks and good volume and momentum, then we could see Apple going higher up to 158 bucks, which is a previous resistance back from May 10th. So this is going to be obviously a main protagonist in tomorrow's trading session. So watch out for 155 bucks. This is going to be a very important spot for Apple. I wonder if Apple closed above BWAP. Yes, it did, obviously, above the 100-day moving average, above BWAP. So it is starting to look a bit better. Let me go ahead and take a look, guys, at the market structure of Apple, which is very important. Do I have it over here? No, I don't have. I can pull it up. Oh, AAPL. Let me see what Apple is looking like. Alrighty, the market structure 5 out of 10, and we have a rising demand and a falling supply. So, taking into account the market structure of Apple, we can make the case that the bulls have a first shot at taking out this 5-day moving average near 155 bucks and filling the next gap up to 158 bucks per share. Puts will print on Wednesday. Wow, bro, is this your last name or what? Brooklyn's Finst. Now, this cannot be your last name, right? Gaetano, AMD, absolutely. Tesla. Okay, so uh Tairi Tairi's request was responded, and we have, let me see, Google. And full disclosure, guys, as of now, I own 200 shares of Google. So let me do Alphabet Z, which is the non-vote stock of Google. So Google went up today 0.21% and it closed the trading session at $103.85. Very ugly looking short, guys. I picked up 200 shares because I do like this company. I don't know quite yet if I am going to hold those shares for the long term. It depends on whatever happens with the markets as a whole. But this chart is obviously garbage, guys. Alphabet is absolutely broken from a technical standpoint. We are in a primary downtrend below all the moving averages. We can see declining moving averages, the 200-day moving average, the 100-day moving average, and we also have a declining 5-day moving average. Very ugly looking chart. However, the bulls of Google found support today right at $102.36. This is no coincidence. This is a previous support back from May 24th. So this is an encouraging sign for the bulls. So the next gap that should be filled over here is going to be up to 107 bucks. 107 bucks is a previous support back from early September, and this is also a previous support back from late June and also back from mid June. My average cost is at around $103.20 ish. So, as I just told you guys, depending on whatever happens with the market as a whole, I might be considering closing my Google position, my current position near 107 bucks. So if any of you wants to buy puts, any failure at around 107 bucks might be an opportunity to short this name, or maybe if the bulls can take out 107 bucks and good volume and momentum, at the same time they are going to be pretty much taking out the declining 5-day moving average, which is going to be a good sign from a technical standpoint, and therefore they could be feeling the other important gap up to 110 bucks. This is a previous support back from mid-July, and this is also a previous support back from mid-May. So this might be my plan on Google, either closing my trade near 107 bucks or maybe letting it run up to 110 bucks, and 107 bucks is going to be a very but very important spot for the bulls of Google. Let me go ahead and take a look at the market structure of the stock of this company. This is very important, guys. Remember, this is a market, so we have buyers and sellers essentially, right? So the any given technical chart isn't going to tell us what the market structure of a stock looks like. That's why I use this tool, Market Structure Edge. So what do we have in the case of Google? As of now, we have a decline in demand that is above the supply. So we can make the case that from a market structure standpoint, Google is starting to look a bit better, but this is a very ugly looking chart, guys. So Google is guilty until proven innocent, and the sellers are in control. So I might be closing my position near $107. Gaetano, AMD. I started a trade today on AMD, guys, and AMD went over my average cost. I think that I picked up 150 shares at around $76.60. So AMD failed. At what level did AMD fail? Let me look it up here. Yeah, so the bulls failed at $77.35. And since the markets were looking a bit weak, I decided to set a stop loss over my average cost. So I was stopped out and I am no longer on AMD. So another very ugly looking chart, guys, very similar to Google's one. So primary downtrend below the moving averages. We have a declining 200-day moving average, declining 100-day moving average. And it looks like, guys, the bulls, and this is one of the reasons why I closed my position today. It looks like there's unfinished business to the downside. And when I say unfinished business, I am talking about 72 bucks, which is a previous support back from early July. So I'm thinking, guys, that if the bulls fail tomorrow, once again, they did fail today at around $77.90. If they cannot burst above, let's round it up. If they fail once again at bursting above 78 bucks, this might be a short sign because we have, as I just told you, unfinished business to the downside down to $72.50, which I think is a very fair price in order to pick up shares of AMD for the long term, being conservative, because obviously this is a very ugly looking short. So watch out for AMD either bursting above 78 bucks and filling the next important gap up to 84 bucks. This would require a big rally on the semiconductor industry, SMH. 84 bucks is a previous support back from mid-May, or if the bulls fail at around 78 bucks, good options, my boys and girls, because we have unfinished business at 72 bucks. Let me see what the market structure of AMD is looking like. Let me see advanced micro devices. All righty, come on, give me the info. 3.4 out of 10. And as of now, yeah, the demand and the supply are, for the most part, the same level. So we can make the case that AMD could go either way. Tesla, Lily Moa Jan. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tesla, my Tesla. Let me know, guys, what stocks do you want me to go over? All right, Tesla goes up today 1.83%, and it closed the trading session at $309.07. What a beast of a stock, guys. Unbelievable. An absolute beast, taking into account that we have the most important stocks, the most important tech stocks other than Apple, pretty much sitting at 52-week lows. So that implies that Tesla has an amazing relative strength over here. So I have a plan. You guys know that I am a long-term investor in Tesla, so I own more than 300 shares. So I have covered calls over here. So I am hoping for a dump of Tesla, but I am also taking day trades whenever the opportunity presents itself. So I'm thinking that a big level is going to be 315 bucks. At 315 bucks, the bulls failed on this was August 15, and they also failed back on August 4th. So any failed attempt at bursting above 315 bucks might be an opportunity in order to buy puts. Please place stop losses, guys. If you're going to buy Tesla puts, this is a very volatile stock, and when it starts to go higher, sometimes or most of the time, Tesla is unstoppable. So please trade Tesla, placing stop losses mostly when you buy puts. So 315 bucks is an important spot. If the bulls happen to take out 315 bucks, this could also be a breakout trade because we have unfinished business, or we have a gap to the upside up to 334 bucks. 334 bucks is a previous resistance back from late April. And in case of a pullback, guys, because Tesla closed today at 309 bucks, 304 bucks is an important spot. This is an area in which the bulls of Tesla failed back on September 12th, that if happens to be visited in a quick way, could be providing support for the bulls, and then giving rise to a bounce back up. So in the case of Tesla, this spread between 304 bucks, which would be potentially acting as support, and 314, 315 bucks acting as resistance, is going to be most likely the range in which Tesla could be moving in tomorrow's trading session. We have the RSI at 64 bucks. Tesla is not overbought as of now. It could still run. We have an ascending, a rising 5-day moving average. Tesla is sitting as of now above the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. It is also sitting above the 100-day moving average. This is an encouraging, or these are encouraging signs for the bulls. This is a very acceptable chart for the bulls of Tesla. Let me take a look at the market structure of TSLA. What is it looking like? Let me see. Okay, Tesla Motors, Quality 5S. Anytime, bro. Anytime. That's what we are here for. Take a look at the market structure of Tesla, guys. 10 out of 10. The market structure sentiment. We have a rising demand that is way above the supply. Oh boy. It looks like Tesla is about to be off to the races, guys. So watch out for the stock of this company taking out 314 bucks, because if this breakout occurs with the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100 front running or going higher tomorrow into the Federal Open Market Committee, Tesla could be easily heading to 333 bucks per share. And Carnival Cruise, let me take a look at CCL. There you go. I think the travel stocks did pretty decent today, right? So yeah, Carnival Cruise went up today 0.19%, and it closed the trading session at $10.78. This is a good looking chart. It looks like maybe Carnival Cruise left the worst behind. So we are, as of now, above the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. We have a rising 5-day moving average. And take a look at how, guys, the 100-day moving average is clearly acting as resistance. Relative strength index, or the RSI, is at 58 points. So this implies that if the bulls can take out this 100 DMA near or at around $11, they could be filling the next gap up to $12.70, which happens to be a previous support back from early May. If we were able to take this trade in a successful way from $11.32 ish up to $12.73, this would be an 11% profit trade, guys. So thank you very much for the call out, bro. This is going to be one of the stocks that is going to be on the very top of my watch list, sorry, in tomorrow's trading session. The bulls close above BWeb, almost above BWeb. And let me take a look at the market structure of CCL. Carnival Cruise Line. There you go. Carnival Cruise Line. What is the market structure of CCL looking like? Take a look at the market structure, guys. Oh, yeah. This stock is going to be on my watch list tomorrow for sure. 10 out of 10. And we have a rising demand that is above the supply. So I'm thinking that the stock of this company is about to be off to the races. There you go. NVDA. Tesla, thank you. Anytime, Lily. That's what we are here for. To help you guys. NVIDIA. What is going on in the case of NVIDIA? Goes up today 1.39%, closes the trading session at $133.82. So the bulls closed right below a very important technical area, $134, which acted as support last week on several occasions. This is not a good sign. So we are in presence of a former support that now is acting as a resistance. We have a descending 5-day moving average, and the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart is also acting as resistance. So the flight plan on NVIDIA is very clear to me, guys. So the bulls of NVIDIA either take out tomorrow $134, which might be a good sign. So if the bulls can take out $134 on good volume and momentum, at the same time, they might be potentially being able to also take out the 5-day moving average and the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart at around $135.70, and therefore filling the next important gap up to $140. This is a previous resistance back from early September. If we were able to take a breakout trade with the bulls of NVIDIA taking out $134 and filling this gap up to $140, this would be a 5% profit trade. However, what happens if the bulls fail at $134, guys? We have unfinished business. I wouldn't say unfinished business because $125 was visited last Thursday, but we could see a retest of this 52-week low at around $126. So this is another stock that I am going to be keeping a close watch on tomorrow for sure, guys. $134 is a very big level for NVIDIA. And mind you, what happens if we open the trading session tomorrow slightly above $134? So if NVIDIA starts to consolidate slightly above $134, that would be another encouraging sign for the bulls, because that might imply that they are gathering momentum in order to make a push higher and fill this gap up to $144, which is a previous resistance, and it is also a previous support back from early July. Relative strength index, the RSI is sitting at 52 points, so NVIDIA is neither oversold nor overbought. Very interesting stock to keep a close watch on tomorrow for sure. Let me go ahead and take a look at the market structure of NVIDIA. Very important, guys. This is a market. So we have buyers and sellers. So ideally, we want to take long trades on stocks that have a fallen supply and a rising demand. What is going on in the case of NVIDIA? We have a supply that as of now is above the demand. Remember, guys, that the blue shaded region is the demand and the purple shaded region is the supply. So the market structure of NVIDIA isn't encouraging at all. So we can make the case that this might be a short if the bulls fail at $134, because as of now, we have a very ugly looking short broken from a technical standpoint, a primary downtrend. And on top of that, from a market structure standpoint, we have way more sellers out there relative to buyers. NM, thanks for CCL. Was on my watch list too. Oh yeah, it's gonna be on my watch list for sure tomorrow. Absolutely. Well, guys, I think that we are like 25 minutes in. I don't want to, yeah, 30 minutes in. So that is gonna be it for today. I am going to wrap it. I am going to wrap it up here. I don't want to make a very long video because then you guys don't watch it. So 30 minutes is okay. We went over a bunch of stocks. So drop a comment down below if you can. Hit that like button for me. Thanks for that. I am also looking at Uber and Pins. Can you look at them? Okay, let me take a look quickly. Let's do two more stocks, guys. Let me take a look at Uber. Remember, guys, I am going to be live streaming for you every single Monday and Thursday at 4:40 p.m. So be sure of joining my live streamings on those days. So Uber went down to the 1.38% closed the trading session at $31.49. And we have a very big level here, guys, $31.30. The bulls managed to hold this level as support. Why is this level so important? 200-day moving average, the most important moving average by a long shot that we have in the markets. So the bulls managed to hold the 200-day moving average as support, which also happens to be a previous support back from early April. We have an ascending 5-day moving average. The bulls of Uber are trading as of now above the 100-day moving average, above the 180 SMA, 180 SMA. So this is a very good sign for the bulls. If Uber tomorrow happens to open the trading session slightly above $31.30, that might be a sign that the bulls are gathering momentum in order to make another push higher and maybe being able to fill the next important gap up to 34 bucks. This is a previous resistance back from September 15. So, wow, bro, my bro quality 5S is keeping a close watch on very interesting stocks. No doubt about it. RSI at 48 points. So very good from very healthy from a technical standpoint. Uber is neither oversold nor overbought. Take a look quickly at market structure of Uber. Very interesting looking chart. This is another stock that I am going to be adding to my watch list as soon as I am done streaming with you guys. Take a look at the market structure, guys. This is the market structure that we want to see if we want to go long any given stock. So we have a rising demand and a falling supply. Excellent. Excellent. So he also said, let me see, pins. Let me take a look at pins, and I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, because I don't wanna make a very long video. Pinterest goes up today 2.01%, closes the trading session at $25.42. Another stock from my watch list. Support right at the 200-day moving average. We have a rising 5-day moving average. The 200-day moving average happens to coincide with a previous resistance back from late August, also back from early August, and also back from early May. So same case that I just told you guys about in regard to Uber. If the bulls of beans can consolidate slightly above $24.60 each, this might be a sign they are gathering momentum in order to make another push higher and maybe being able to fill the next important gap up to 28 bucks, which is a previous resistance back from early April. If we were able to take this trade from, let's say, $24.60, 25 bucks up to, let me see, come on, pull up. I cannot pull up here there you go. So from 25 bucks each up to 28 bucks, this would be a 12% profit trade. As of now, pins is above the 100-day moving average, 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. The RSI looks pretty healthy, sitting at 58 points. So pins is neither oversold nor overbought. Very good looking chart. And lastly, what about the market structure of pins? Let me see. What is the market structure of Pinterest looking like? Let me take a look. Take a look, guys. You see? So we are, um, let's say, confirming that this stock might be potentially going higher. Rising demand and a falling supply. So another stock for my watch list. Thank you very much, bro, for these call outs. And thank you very much to you guys for joining me today. Remember, I will be available over here for you guys on Thursday at 4:40 p.m. once again. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much. So see you guys tomorrow pre-market on my channel. Okay? Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much. Bye, guys. Thanks. Thanks a lot for joining me. Take care. Bye.